Jimmy is someone who doesn't believe in making contacts and maintaining relationships. He thinks of them to be superficial and is never supportive of them. He prefers to spend his time alone playing video games. He goes to certain internet sites as he feels this is easier than actually talking to women. He struggles to find a good job. If he was better at connecting with other people, this would not be a problem. Leonidas. Leonidas, on the other hand, is pure opposite to Jimmy. Leo always used to be friends with everyone in school. He used to keep in touch with everyone, and almost every section knew him. The ladies loved him, the captain of the football team, the role model everyone looked to. Sadly, he couldn't pass on these habits to his friend Jimmy. Leo's practice of treating people well has paid off all these years. He has a great circle of people whom he can rely on. Whenever he's looking for professional help, there's always someone in his circle to help him. And forming a great circle around you is what today's book review is about. Let us dive right into How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book will open your mind to how people think and how you can charm them with your personality. With that, I'll hand over the mic to Alfie.
Hey, welcome back everyone. I'm really excited to share this book with you all. This is a book with insight on how you can deal with different people. It also breaks down the quirky game of human psychology and shows how to be the GOAT at building relationships with the people around you. Even if you're caught lacking, this book pipes down so many incredibly woke things about life and people in general. So why should we delay this summary any further? Let's go crazy and jump right into it. While you don't require everyone's care and attention, you do need some people to like you. That is why you invest in friendships and establish connections with people. And not just the homies. Real talk, this includes your relatives, neighbors, and even coworkers. While you may be dope at some aspects of average human connection, others might be harder. Maybe you don't make the best first impressions. Maybe sometimes you even engage in heated debates with brand new people. Maybe your riz fizzles out in front of new shawties. Or maybe it's challenging for you to express your personality in front of the new squad. You don't have to accept these innate difficulties, which is positive news. Connecting with others is a talent, and eventually, with time, you can become a renowned friend-making connoisseur. This all starts by being open about your difficulties and completely ballsy in your attempts at solving them. Anyways, we're about to hit you with some righteous free game on this book's core themes with these 5 broad ideas. If you are sincerely interested in making the most out of interactions with other people, this book will work, no cap. Not all principles will work for you, which is fine, but you should be good to go if you apply some of the principles. Let's start it up with idea number 1. Avoid criticism and complaints. Mr. Carnegie immediately hits us with 3 rock-hard principles. Using these juicy tools, you'll be able to handle people around you. The first principle is to avoid criticism and complaints. Criticism has been proven to be absolute degenerate behavior because it makes a person defensive right away. It doesn't allow their minds to open up, leading to a total dead end, or even worse, a total breakdown. Criticism can be hella dangerous because it can seriously hurt someone's pride and self-importance. And if you mix criticism with complaints, not gonna lie, it's kind of a recipe for disaster. The person you're criticizing might end up throwing some zesty shade right back at you. Instead of trying to control other people's actions, it's better to look at yourself and see how you can level up. We're all emotional beings, and sometimes logic can be crazy AF. Anyone can hate and complain, but it takes real courage to own up to your mistakes and work on improving yourself. You gotta understand where someone's coming from before you start judging them. No cap. It's time to ditch the criticism and show a little empathy. Idea number 2. Appreciate with honesty. You can only get anyone to do anything they like by making them believe they can. And to keep them going, you gotta appreciate them for who they are. We all crave purpose, so make them feel like they're the GOAT, and they'll go savage mode, backing you up for life. But here's the secret T. Your praise needs to be authentic. None of that fake stuff that disappears like a TikTok booty trend. When you genuinely appreciate someone, that's when their confidence hits the roof. Don't waste your time buttering people up with shallow compliments. If they want to boost their ego, they can take a selfie or something. Amy right? How to Win Friends and Influence People stresses the importance of showing genuine appreciation from the heart. And in my opinion, that is straight fire. Idea number 3. Talk about purpose. This saucy book is all about purpose. You can only influence others by helping them find their purpose. You don't gotta pull them by the willy and drag them to it. Just drop some hints and let them do their thing. Just by focusing on the other person's wants and needs, you'll feel like a total boss. It's not common for folks to be selfless these days. Everyone's so focused on themselves. But if you step up and guide others, they'll look at you like absolute legends. Be the inspiration that people crave, G. If you can hustle and work towards your own goals, you're already killing it. Carnegie stresses the importance of seeing things from other people's perspective. It's the key to staying humble in a world where everyone is all about themselves. Idea number 4. Take an interest in people. For real, y'all gotta show some interest in other people if you want to make it big. Making friends is a major key to success. You can make way more progress in your personal connections with just 2 months of getting to know people than in 2 years of getting them to be interested in you. Simply put, to be interesting, be interested. How to Win Friends and Influence People lays it out for you. You gotta read the room and show love accordingly. If it's a whole squad, let them know you appreciate them. If it's just one person, be there for them whenever they need you. And here's the kicker. Do nice things for people without expecting anything back. Give your all to the right people and watch the same energy come back to you. But it all starts with the basics, and that is to greet people in the best possible manner. Idea number 5. Smile and address them using their name. Your smile is everything, and How to Win Friends and Influence People totally gets this. If you treat people with mad respect and start with a smile, they'll be so down to get to know you. If you expect others to treat you right, then you should manifest those good vibes before you link up. Sometimes you won't feel like smiling, but that won't leave a good impact on the person you're meeting. If you greet them with a smile, they'll remember you the next time you cross paths. And take it up a notch. Carnegie suggests name dropping like it's hot in conversation. Instead of using pronouns, calling them by their name is the move, because it shows you see them and they're valued. Most people forget names because they don't want to know the other person. But you gotta be someone who can't even forget a name. We've reached the end of How to Win Friends and Influence People. Let's finish up by summing up Carnegie's main ideas, starting with idea number 1. Avoid criticism and complaints. Criticism makes people defensive, so learn to be more empathetic. Next, with idea number 2. Appreciate with honesty. Remember, genuine praise is universally admired. Insincere flattery is universally condemned. Idea number 3. Talk about purpose. You'll feel more accomplished if you focus on the other person's needs and desires. Idea number 4. Take an interest in people. Make yourself more appealing by genuinely wanting to get to know people. And lastly, idea number 5. Smile and address them using their name. People will be more intrigued to learn about you if they are treated properly and greeted with a smile. Use the other person's name frequently in conversation to make them feel valued. And that just about covers it all. To be honest, at this point, you should know what you want to achieve from what you've been told. Carnegie's advice is mad valuable for people like us. And once you apply it, you'll be woke AF to other people's perspectives. Are you gonna wait on those local single MILFs to slide into your DMs and let the years pass you by? Or are you gonna start making moves, networking, rizzing up, and improving your presence around people? The choice is all yours. Our summary of How to Win Friends and Influence People finally comes to a close. But we're not quite done yet. Before we wrap things up, we've got one more question for you. Which do you think is better, having a big network of people, or B, a tight-knit squad? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.